Good morning, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting, and welcome back to my farmhouse kitchen in New Zealand. It's great to have you here. And we are on it's the 3rd of June already here, and it's Tuesday, and I'm filming this video for Wednesday's upload. So we're already a few days into my hashtag challenge, which is hashtag Just Use It June, and we are on a quest to save as much money as we can in June. I personally am saving up for some garden bits and pieces that I want as I'm working busy behind the scenes in the garden, so that this spring I can hit the ground running as I always intend to every year and never seem to hit the mark, but it's little bit by little bit and I'm getting there. Right, so I'm still waiting on some of these printables to be finished, but today we're just going to quickly look at my monthly meal plan. Now, if you've been around for some time, you know that I like to use a monthly meal plan, and I've got printables for you. I will link everything down in the description below. Now, I'm just going to show you. So for us in the Southern Hemisphere, we're in winter months. So here is my winter month one. I prefer to do Monday through to Sunday, but I have also developed one that is Sunday through to Saturday, because some of you like to start your week on a Sunday and some, like myself, on a Monday. Okay, so that's an example. So you would just print out like 3 of that for the winter months, and then we've got spring. This is what spring looks like. Autumn. And that's the summer. Oh, hang on a second. I confused myself. This one here is just a general. It's got all of them. So it's got the winter, the spring, the summer, and the autumn leaves. So that's just an everyday one. It's not printed very straight, but that's an example. What I will do is I'm not going to go into how I do my monthly meal planning. I have got out of the habit of doing it, and when I do my monthly meal plans, my life is made so much easier. I save a lot of money doing it. So yeah, definitely getting back into it in the month of June, and we will fill this out together. Now here are just, I keep my other ones, so once I cross them off, then I can sort of reuse them and get ideas and stuff like that when I'm redoing the next one. Right, so yeah, the other thing that we're going to do, just quickly talk about, is I have got this little printable here for you, and it's a weekly theme plan. And week 1, so we're in week 1 now, so week 1 is June the 1st to the 7th, and it's week 1 is pantry power. So you can focus on grains, canned goods, dried legumes, pasta, rice. You're preserving pantry, so if you can, like I can, all that type of thing. And just some ideas would be, you know, lentil curries, soups, pastas, you know, using up your pasta, but also using tin tomatoes, frozen spinach and cheese, oatmeal to use up by making breakfast bars or cookies, things like that. So think about all your pantry items and sort of go through them. We went through this pantry just a little while ago, and it's still looking really good. So it's a lot easier to find things. So this is a good chance to sort of, you know, go through everything and tidy them up and have a look at what you need to use up. Week 2, and I will leave this printable down below for you as well. Week 2 is going to be freezer finds, so that's June the 8th through to the 14th. So focus on frozen meats, veggies, fruits, stock, etc., whatever you've got in your freezer. And some ideas would be stir fry with your frozen veggies and proteins, smoothies or crumbles from frozen fruits, soups using frozen stock, and odds and ends. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the mini challenge for this week. Make 3 meals this week using pantry staple items. So you can use things out of your freezer as well, but really focus in on at least three meals this week using pantry staples. And the mini challenge for the freezer week is empty one freezer drawer or container you've been ignoring. So it could be a shelf, so you could reorganize your freezer. Like for me, I have these baskets, so this could do with another little tidy up. I'm obviously not going to do that on camera, but I could use one of these baskets and put all the things that I want to use up, particularly next week, into that basket or into that shelf or whatever you've got. Week 3 is going to be Bake It Better, so that's June 15th to the 21st, and your focus is on baking with what's on hand: flour, sugar, spices, butter, eggs, and some ideas would be muffins using the frozen spinach that you freeze, some cheese, pantry, cake, like applesauce, banana, using up what you've got. Get into a bit of bread making, so we'll make some breads on that week and stuff like that. Your mini challenge is to bake something without going to the store, so that's a good little challenge. And week 4 will be fridge forage, so that's June 22nd through to June 30th. The focus is using fridge items before expiry, like cheese ends, condiments, half jars of sauces. Ideas: you could be making frittatas, quiches with leftovers, tray bake with anything that's sort of lingering in the bottom of your fruit bin. Use it up pizza night with random toppings. And the mini challenge for that week will be make one meal using 5+ things that you know you need to use now. So again, you could use a basket, put in your half jars of pasta sauces or pizza sauce, or just half jars of sauces and things, and make those priorities for using it up. Right, what else have I got? Just Use It June. I've got a little printable here, and I've got a little calendar, and then what I've cooked today, used from the pantry and baked something, and I've just got 3, sorry, so you can see 3 different colours, and then I'm just colouring in what I ended up doing on those days. So those first 2 days I cooked today from scratch. I used something from the pantry, but I haven't baked anything. I baked on the Saturday, but I'm going to be baking something today. And here is, I've just written down the weekly challenges, items that I've used up so far, or items that I want to use up. I can pop in that space as well. Alright, let's get to figuring out this meal plan for this month. Right, so again, I've got ones that I've already filled out just for some ideas, and what I've done is I've jotted down the first was on the Sunday, and the last day of the month, which is the 30th. You don't need to put the dates in between, because with this, just quickly explain, with this meal planner is all you're doing is you are just writing out in this case 31 different recipes that you can use, knowing on what you've got stocked in your pantry and your freezer, or something that you just want to make. Quite often I will pick a recipe book as well and cook 4 different recipes, put 4 different recipes in here and write the page number as well. See, look, recipe book, and yeah, and then that way you're going through different recipes, and then as you go through the month, you just cross it off. So it's not, okay, on the 1st we're going to have brinner, on the 2nd we're going to have sausages and leftovers, on the 3rd we're having lemon pepper sheet pan chicken. No, you are just going to pick something the night before, depending on what your day's like, and you're going to go, okay, right, I've got a really busy day, we're going to do a sheet pan that night or whatever, or I'm going to grab a freezer meal out and we will have a freeze meal, or it be leftovers. So I always put in 4 leftovers, and then you're going to go, oh well, I've got a lot of leftovers, so we're going to use that. So it's brilliant. I've been using this system for years now, and when I do it, it is brilliant. All right, so some ideas. Well, what I've already had, we've had last night, it was cottage pie and spag bowl the night before. What else? So I can cross these two off already because I've already had them. Let's go with, we'll put leftovers. I don't tend to have theme nights, but of course you could do theme nights if you wanted to, but I know pretty much what I've got in my freezers and whatnot, so we will just go with those. Now I do need to use up my ebook recipes. I need to cook them again to double make sure that all the recipes work well, so we'll put ebook 7 times. Ebook. One, two, three, 4, 5. Six, 7. Right, what else? Quite like to have roasts on a Sunday, so I will put roast on each Sunday. That's probably the only day that I keep pretty similar on in the winter. So let's do a pasta bake. We've got quite a bit of bacon at the moment, so let's do BLTs. Now I've got a wonky box due this Thursday, so you know, like I could think about using wonky box for all my sides and whatnots. Let's do a nachos, and we'll do a wedges works casserole, because that'll use up, you know, some pantry staples. Let's do a soup. Let's do a sausage meal. What else? A sheet pan meal. Look at some other ideas. Oh, definitely a pizza night. We'll do 2 of those. One more space. One more space. We'll do another pasta. I might do the viral pasta. Okay, so there, it's all written down. And as I said before, as you just go through your weeks, you just cross it off. Now I've got no sort of fake away. Fake away for me is what I call fakeaways, because we live so far out of town. I call them fakeaways, and I make like KFC, which I really must bring to you guys soon, because this, I make a fried chicken and it is really, really good. I just need to get that recipe up. You know, like you could cook curries and Asian flavored foods and all sorts. It's just, yeah. So but yeah, I'm happy with this one. At the end of the month we will have a look and we'll see how many of these that I got through. A little bit easier because I've got ebook meals here, but as I said, hopefully the ebook will be ready by the end of the month. Right, I want to show you something else that I've been working on. Well, not working on yet, but I plan to work on. Is I got myself a lovely little clip arch file, I think they call them. So I just got something pretty, and I have got some dividers that I brought. This one's got 1 through to 12 because I want some dividers that had colours, and I wanted some dividers they didn't have the months, so I thought 1 through to 12 could be like the months. And then I've now got a place that I can put all my menu planners and things like that, and I'm going to put the Use It Up June. So for the divider for the month of June, which must be the 6th month, everything for Use It Up June will go into that divider, and it's going to be sort of like my kitchen planner type situation where I can put in copies of recipes that I want to use this month. Like I said, my menu planners can go in there. I also have printables for inventory lists, and also a list that helps you sort out how to fill these out as well by putting in all your different meals that you make on a regular basis in there as well. So anyway, it's all linked, and I will link that video that explains it all. But yeah, I thought, well, I'll show you this. This is what I intend to do, and it might give you some ideas as well, so that it just means that I've got everything all in one place. So that's the idea. I've got to find my hole punch though, and then once I put it all together at some point, I'll show you what I ended up doing. So now this list goes on my fridge, because then I can see it nice and easily, and just make a plan from there. Alright, so you know what I forgot to write was Brinner, because that's what we're having today. We're having Brinner. So I will just use up one of the leftovers and call it Brinner. Right, today's video is just short and sweet, because I just wanted to explain a little bit more about Use It Up June, because this is already day 3, and this is due to go up tomorrow being Wednesday, so I may get it up a little bit earlier as well. What else? I have put a soup in the slow cooker. I'm just going to make up a chicken noodle soup using up a little bit of noodles that I've got left, so it's not enough for another meal. So I thought, well, I'll grab some of that frozen chicken that I had in the freezer, and I'm just going to make a chicken noodle soup. And I also will use like some of the frozen grated carrot that I've got, and it will also use up, I canned up some turkey broth after Christmas, so I'll use the turkey broth in that. So I'm using something from the freezer, a couple of things from the pantry, and I might make up some bread rolls as well. And then what else am I going to do? I'm going to do some baking. I'm just going to grab a recipe out of the Edmonds probably. I've got a few eggs, so maybe I'll make up a chocolate brownie or something like that, and that's what I'm going to do today. And then we've got some bacon in the fridge. Hubby makes bacon, so I'll just do Brinner for dinner, I think. Brinner for dinner. Yeah, and that's about it. So good to see that so many of you are going to join in on the challenge, and that you've got some ideas for what you're going to use with the savings that you make. Somebody did ask me in the comments of that video how I'm going with my what's the word I'm looking for, with my quarterly challenge, and I actually haven't been adding up my receipts, so at some point I do need to sit down and add those up. It's going to be a little hard to figure out May, because I wasn't here for most of May, so husband had to do the you know, like the buying of bits and pieces and stuff like that, so I'm not sure, but yeah, I do need to sit down and see where I'm going with my budget, because I've just been super naughty and super lax with it. But I certainly haven't been spending loads and loads on groceries, so it would be fairly easy to work it out. Alright, well, thanks for joining me today. Sorry there's no cooking in this video. Sundays I'm going to probably do more of the cooking side of things and show you what we've been eating for the week. And yeah, we'll just go from there. I've also got to make up some condensed milk, because we're going to be making the Danish tarts for husband. Don't tell him, it's a secret, but yeah, we're definitely going to make that this week, and I know that you were very keen for me to make that, so we'll do that together as well. So yeah, alright, hope you're well, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one hopefully, and leave me in the comments you know, if you intend to still help out with this, not help out, but join in this challenge as well, and how you're going in the first few days. and what your plans are, and whether you think you might like to follow along with the weekly challenges as well. All right, enough gabbing from me. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye for now.